Bunny's back. Tell a friend. Hello. Oh my. Hi. Hi. Hello. How's it going? Thanks for the sub, Bun. The full bun raises once more. It took 5 days, but I have returned. Well, I guess it didn't take 5 days for the laptop to get prepared, to get ready. It took like what, 2 days, 2 or 3 days, something like that. But I've been gone for 5 from streaming. Welcome back, Fun. Thank you, Phoenix. Yeah, for those of you that weren't aware, my laptop was having issues. I took it to get repaired. You see what I told you? Take 1 day off of calling them and they'll get it done. Yeah, they called me immediately at opening. Because, like, they open up at 9. I woke up to a call, like, around 9:30 or whatever. And they're like, hey, we're done with the laptop. And I'm like, oh, okay. And yeah, I got it. And then another thing that happened was... So I think I shared an image on Discord, but they like handed me the little yellow paper with like how much it cost. It was originally gonna come out as like $185, but I wound up only paying $62. Oh wait, thank you for the 110 biddies! Pavim streams too, thank you so much! Bunny, why am I so happy to hear you? Why am I so happy to see you, Thunder Dude? Oh, I missed you guys so much. I was so depressed. I didn't know what to do all day. When I didn't have my laptop, I was like, I can't play Limbus. I can't play any of these games. I can't stream. I can't illegally watch things on my laptop. I can't illegally download games. What's the point? My bun level was dangerously low. Well, I'm glad to be back. I'm back, baby. But yeah, I was really surprised that it came out to be only $62. I was expecting to pay $180, and I was like, oh, I'm like cutting it real close, because I had like $200. I don't even think I had 200. I think I had like $192 in my account, and I'm like, I sure hope that the labor cost doesn't go up more. And they're like, oh, it took us 2 hours to fix it, so we're increasing it more. But no, they wound up cutting it. They wound up cutting it down to 62, so I was able to go to the kombini and buy some food. I got some onigiri, some chocolate, some takoyaki, some ramen. The last time I went to the kombini, they didn't have my favorite ramen, which is kitsune udon. But they got it back. They got the kitsune udon back. I've been illegally missing you. I'm illegally watching you. Yeah, one thing though. When we went to the kombini, like the kombini is very small. Like it's very densely packed. And there were these 2 children that were in the kombini, and they were running around playing hide and go seek in the kombini. And I'm like, where are these kids' parents? Like, there were so many times because they were running, and I was just going through the aisles looking for something. I saw them like come around like 3 times, almost running into me because they're chasing each other playing hide and go seek in the kombini. I'm like, where's your parent? Why isn't your parent with you? But I wound up seeing the parent with them, like, escorting them out right around when I was at checkout. Yeah, great day! Hey there, Linux! Hi, hello! Yeah, I'm glad things went well. This was a nice pick-me-up, because I've been feeling really down the last couple days. And when I was thinking of like the costs of like the repairs for my laptop, I was like, oh, I have to. I don't know if I mentioned this, but all I had in my freezer today before I went out, all I had in my freezer was these fish fillets I bought. You guys know like those chicken drumsticks that you can get at the store that are frozen? Well, I saw one of those for fish, and I was like, I could use some fish instead of some chicken. So I bought that and put it in the freezer. But I think I mentioned to you guys once that I noticed that my ice cream wasn't freezing properly. So by the time I got around to eating it, it made me sick. And like I wanted to throw up. And I almost had to spend today eating those fish fillets. But thanks to them cutting down the costs of the repair and everything, I was able to go get some groceries. I don't care what kind of ramen that is, but I'll have to try it. Yeah, it's really good. It's really nice. I think it's got like a block of, I believe it's inari and udon. Ugh, those are awful, both the fish and the chicken ones. Yeah, but it's a lot of food for a cheap price. So that's why I bought the fish fillets, being like, oh, this'll get me through to my next payday. Hi, Elio. I missed you. Hi, Zerwin. I missed you too. Don't think I've heard of those. Yeah, they're the ones I had aren't good. Also, please don't eat the expired fish. I don't know if they're expired or if it's like, well, no, they're not expired. They expire next month. But my freezer didn't freeze it properly, I don't think. And so I don't know. I don't know if that like ruined it or not. Like my freezer still freezes stuff, but it didn't freeze properly. It is, however, entirely possible that his freezer stopped working to the extent that they thawed out for however long. Yeah. No, they just suck and he is still eating it. Well, it's a good thing I bought some food so I don't need to eat it. And I stocked up on ramen. I got some onigiri and all that. I got some takoyaki. I even got some dango. So I'm good. I am good. Do you cook often? Not very often. I'm not a good cook, so I tend to buy stuff that's like put it in the microwave or just like heat it up just slightly. I've thought of like getting those factor meals because of that, but I think those are pretty expensive. Cause I think the factor meals are like what, you just put it in the microwave and you get a good amount of food, but I don't know, that's expensive. Chat, we gotta gift Elio a cooking course. Chef Microwave. But yeah, I am back. So we're going back into our regular scheduled stream stuffs. So we're doing Mysteria and Twiles today. And I updated the schedule on the Discord with my planned schedules for the week. We're finally doing our 4-game day, since I should hopefully not be getting interrupted again by computer issues. They replaced the fan. They did a stress test on it to make sure everything was okay before I picked it up. Like, as much as I was complaining in the Discord, that's just because I was depressed and I'm addicted to my laptop. But like, they did it really fast. They didn't charge that much. They made sure that it was working and stress tested it. And they did the same thing last time that I took it in. So, I'm really grateful to this place. I'm gonna need you to put on those handcuffs so you can never leave again. Tomo from Amnesia, is that you? But yeah. Let's play some London Detective Mysteria. And since Sherlock is in jail, I made sure to drag out the Sherlock in jail image again. Let's fucking go. What happened to the old fan? Wait? These chains? Don't worry about them. It's the Uwu Cage of Love. Alright, let's go. Like, did it burn or something? I'm not sure. I'm not sure what happened to the fan. Everyone can calm down. I'm here. Oh, finally! Oh! Hey, Moggy. Oh shit, it's Moggy. Speaking of Moggy, last night, I was doing designs for, I think I mentioned how I had that dream about, like, the maid game. And I was coming up with a design for a new character. And I was like, what should I name the character? And I almost named them Maggie, and then I was like, that name is so similar to Moggy that everyone's gonna think that I based them off of Moggy. LMAO. So I wound up going with Willow, but yeah, do it though. Should I just name her? Should I just name her Moggy? How about Marge? No, that's Simpsons. Everyone will be like, I'll come with you, sweetie pie. Cause she is. So the character that I was gonna almost name Moggy, she's gender fluid. She, they pronouns. She's very clumsy and she's a good cook. She like trips a lot. And like, I was imagining if I made the game, like she would be like the healer in a party, but she'd also have like damage moves where she like trips and like scalds the enemy with like hot tea and stuff like that. Yeah, call her Maggie. Okay, I'll call her Maggie. I'll send you my sketch for the character. It's not me at all. Maggie is Simpsons too. I hate their ear. Look. Just smack with a hot pan. Yeah, I was thinking of like character archetypes. Mostly, I was thinking of it being similar to like Endroll, but I was also thinking of like Omori. Like I have one character that's like the Kel archetype. I got someone that can heal and attack. I'm not sure what to do with one character. I don't think they fit the Aubrey archetype of being like a heavy hitter because they're like the intellectual character. So I'm assuming they would probably be like an intelligence magic build. It's just a detailed portrait of me. Alright, but anyway. Enough of me talking about all of this stuff. Let's play some London Detective Mysteria. So last time, we started Herlock's route, and he is already in jail. Oh yeah, and we're getting a flashback to Emily's parents that are dead. He was right. As heiress to a grand legacy, I had an obligation to protect and defend our good name, just as mother and father had in life. I had inherited a priceless treasure. I had to defend it to the end of my days. Oh, is that why people are trying to kill you? Because you... I don't think they've ever mentioned that she actually had, like, a highly valued item until this route. Or maybe I just didn't retain the information. Pendleton felt the gravity of his warning, but he knew my duty and resisted the emotional pull. His face held tense. I was entrusted with the task of raising you. As such, it is my responsibility to endure, your role as the head of this family. She's just so killable, I thought. Yeah, I just thought that she kept running into issues and people being like, oh, she's the daughter of the Whiteleys, gotta kill her. But I guess she has something that is like a valuable thing now. It's about time he paid for his crimes, starting from being English. Endure, huh? And it is my responsibility to endure. Oh, by the way, can you guys hear the game all right?
それはお嬢様の振る舞い一つにかかっているのです。
Damn. Your every action brings about joy and anguish, not only for you, but for every single person who has devoted their lives to your name. Jesus Christ, Pendleton. I'm frequently saying this. It's fine. Which route does Pendleton put on the mages? I hope it's this route. Sounds good.
酷なことを申し上げますが
I realize how cruel this is, but know the reason why I ask it of you. Pendleton has supported my family in my stead for many years, and he has experienced what it meant to know my position firsthand. There truly was no one more qualified to know such cruelty. Oh yeah, yeah, he was telling us that she can't date Herlock because he's in jail. In the end, I want to help Holmes. I'm assuming the other option is bad ending. Was it that? No, not that. There we go. Okay, there. Oh. Is this enough characters? There you go. Man, I missed Big Bull. I missed you too. I was so depressed. I was just laying in my bed like the last 5 days, just an absolute agony. Bad boy route? We're starting early. Your every action brings about anguish and anguish. Good. Hey there, Jackie! Welcome. Touching grass? No. Anguishing in bed. I was the anguished one. I do know, Pendleton. I know full well what you're saying is the right thing. That my best course of action would be to adhere to it. I'll find some cute and funny vids for you to watch next time. Thank you. But Holmes has done so much for me. I can't ignore that. I can't turn my back on him in his hour of need. Not after he was always there when I needed him. Yo, same. No. I'm back. Phone died cause charger wasn't working. Oh, hey, Scarcon. Anyways, how are you, bud? I'm glad you returned. I'm a lot better. Now that my laptop is fixed and I can be back to streaming and seeing you guys again. How have you been? And what happened so far? I've been depressed. Literally all I did the last few days was I watched YouTube on my phone. I didn't even play Mystic Messenger. I didn't even have the will to open Mystic Messenger to play it. All I did was curl up in my bed and watch YouTube. Bun, how is my favorite bunny? I'm a lot better now, because I got my laptop back. Hello! Hi there, Crystal. It's nice seeing you. I'm still thinking about that unban request. Yeah? Bunny, you look elegant in your outfit. Oh, thank you. I can't turn my back on him in his hour of need. Not after he was always there when I needed him. My lady. Alright, I never elaborated. Yeah. I'm so happy for you, Bun Bun. I'm glad your lappy is working. Thank you. He was working on his mid-season sad arc. Yeah, I'm done with my sad arc. We're so back. It's bad when not even funny anime characters can motivate you up. Yeah. Like, I was just like, I'm tired of keeping track of chat times, even though, like, I would realistically, when I'm not streaming and stuff, I would realistically have more free time to be playing Mystic Messenger, but I was just so depressed that I didn't even want to play it, because then, like, the characters would be like, how are you doing today, Elio? Have you eaten? I hope you're having a good day. And then I'd be like, no, Yu-sung, I'm not having a good day. My laptop's gone. I can't stream. Can you call bunnies by saying pss, 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 pss. I'm here. I have arrived. All I did is not play gacha and watch YouTube, bro. That's what I do every day. I have a nepotism mod spot for another streamer who is decently popular. I've just known him for like 10 years. And because he's decently popular, if I see a TTV name in the lobby of the game he's playing, to make sure people behave and don't go over and cause trouble, I go to one chat and see a guy go, X says your shit. So obviously I immediately banned this person for being a fucking idiot. 8 months later, unban request. It was satire. I don't think I meant anything by it. Anyway, can I talk again? LMAO, thanks. Are you stupid? God. How you doing today, Elliot? Have you eaten? I hope you're having a good day. Thanks, Yu-sung. I am having a good day, and I have eaten. I love you, Yu-sung. If you get banned, and at minimum your unban request does not have, yeah, I fucked up, my bad, dog, I am not unbanning you. I think they need to look up what satire means. Yeah, so many people use satire as like, it was just joke. It was just me saying a slur. That was just a black joke. Don't worry about it. Like, oh. You don't even know if you meant anything by it, and you want me to unban you? I'm sure I'm quite stupid. It was just a joke, bro. Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, it's not funny if people aren't in on the joke, bro. Yeah. That's why I try and communicate that whenever I raid someone that doesn't know my community, to be like, hey, don't do indoor jokes. They don't know it. Unban request. Come on. It's just a joke. Hits you with a metal pipe. East joke. Pretty metal bobblehead. My family is my pride. But what pride would there be in allowing a fair weather friend to lead it? If this person decides that they're being harassed by a community, and I do not immediately ban you, Twitch will then presume we sponsored the behavior. Yeah. I'm doing inside jokes. You can't stop me. I'm pissing in bottles right now. Well, that's fine. You can do your indoor jokes here. You just can't be bringing that up when we raid into someone that doesn't know, because then they'll probably take you seriously. Look, it was just a joke, Your Honor. It was a funny bit between me and my neighbor. If he lived after that, he'd tell you it was funny. Yeah, it was really funny. We both agreed for me to impale him with a spear. He just thought it was a different type of spear. The grass has rabbits to come to graze. I'm sure some boy's last words were, it's just prank, bro. You did it for the vine. Mother and father never abandoned those in need. Would they not do the same, Pendleton? The rabbits have come to collect the warm piss bottles from your car. No! Pendleton didn't answer. It was Her Majesty, and Pendleton especially, who taught me the wonderful people my parents were. He would never be able to propose otherwise. Your Honor, he consented and being recorded on camera, being cannibalized. It is true that their deaths continue to weigh heavily on us, but you push forward regardless. Through all its troubles and woes, you have stood by this family.
今それを言われては
When you put it so valiantly,
参りましたね
I fear I'm at a loss for words. I still won't allow you to date a fugitive, though. You must know how grateful I am to you. You've chosen the beaten path. Stay true to me, knowing the difficulties ahead, haven't you? I'm just wondering how Pendleton's gonna react when we get on Jack the Ripper's route. Because, like, Herlock was put in jail unjustly. Like, he got set up. But Jack the Ripper is, like, legitimately a murderer. If Pendleton figures that out, he is gonna put her in, like, a fucking, like, safe. That you have to, like, know the like, you have to turn the dials to get her out. Have you seen the tourist IRL nuisance streamer pandemic? What's that? Are a bunch of streamers like going to like public spaces and streaming or something? Are streamers going to the Eiffel Tower and streaming live or something? Whoop, back to work I go. Don't got much left, so I should be back before end of stream. Oh, have a good day at work! They stream on Kick. Oh, it's even worse than I thought. Oh yeah, those are awful? What do they do?
仕方がありませ
You
ん
have become a splendid
お嬢
woman,
様
my
も成
lady.
長な
I
さいましたね
concede. I mean, I already know it's bad because they stream on Kick, but... His smile was wry, but there was a hint of happiness he simply couldn't hide. After finishing my breakfast, Pendleton saw me off as I made my way to the academy. An imprudent lack of discretion made it clear that the student body had read the morning paper. It seemed every one of them was chattering on about Holmes, daring a glance as they did so. Oh, excuse me.
おい、来たぜ。
Here comes the genius boy detective. When God's name is he doing here?
スコットランドヤードは
I'll say.
どうして
Why
彼を
hasn't
捕まえない
Scotland
のかし
Yard
ら。
arrested him?
あんな人が同じ校舎にいるなんて怖くて授業に集中できませんわ。
How am I to concentrate on my studies when there's a murderer studying about? She had like a very Ojo-sama voice. This one. Oh, Holmes is back in school? I thought you were in jail. Some stares were deathly, and not a soul could resist staining his image with suspicion. I guess I gotta get rid of this one then. Oh wait, no, not that one. This one. Not that one. This one. They stream themselves being a public nuisance all over the world, but mainly in Japan. What is wrong with people and going to Japan and being like a nuisance? Like we already had that one like Vine star that went to the one forest and filmed it. Like, haven't they suffered enough? They already suffered having Jake Paul over there. They don't need any more of that. It pained me to see him being treated as an outcast. If only they would believe he was innocent. People are nuisances everywhere, that's true. And still, my pain was nothing compared to Holmes, whose feelings of isolation were as transparent as those demanding it. When I was determined to fail me, I nevertheless gathered my courage and greeted him with a smile. Holmes, a pleasant morning to you two. Japan has a real problem with that. Yeah, it attracts a lot of tourists.
ミス・ホワイトリー、いいのか
Miss Whiteley isn't wise to spend time with us. Circumstances as they are, I can't say I would blame you if you turned the other cheek. Logan Paul, or was it Jake? They're both equally worthless. I have no idea who is who. I'm just like, they both suck. I don't need to remember. Of course. I know it's written in the paper, but you're both friends of mine. And friends are meant to help one another in times of need. Honestly, kinda wish we had a recurring Ojo-sama character in this game, right? I wish Emily was like an Ojo-sama instead of an idiot.
まったく
And why does this not surprise me?
ホームズのやつ
Can't believe Holmes at the Bros come to class. I don't know if I should be impressed or appalled. I'm always saying this.
親が立派な探偵だと多少
I
のこと
saw
な
a
ら
clip of someone
ヤードに多
walking
めに
in
見て
front
も
of
らえ
a
るんじゃないの
geisha
か
and
な
filming her while she was obviously uncomfortable with it. God, like if you're gonna film people, especially if you're like a YouTuber and you're putting it up on YouTube and shit, like you gotta ask for permission. You can't be filming people. It's like those people that take like TikToks of random people that they see like IRL and like it becomes viral. And it's like, come on, that person's just trying to live their life. Give them a break. It's what happens when you've got all your celebrity from your father, I suppose. Even Scotland Yard looks the other way from time to time.
マジで
Hey, look, it's you.
普通の警察官
Are you saying this character is me? That's so. Wish mine was like that then. Shame he's just a Bobby. Huh? What's a Bobby? A Bobby?
おいお前ら
You there! Shut
や
up!
めろよ
You
そういう
can't
の
say that about him!
やめておけワトソン君言いたいものには好きなように言わせておけばいい
Let them talk, Watson. It's no bother.
でもホームズ
But you didn't do anything
お前の罠
wrong!
にはめられて
You should not to hear this!
ここで騒ぎを起
That
こし
may
たら
be so, but
余計な噂が
causing a
増える
scene
ためだ
gives them more ammunition to spread the rumors.
なんだか
I don't like all
嫌な
this.
感じだな
It's terrible.
大丈夫
Be of good cheer,
事
Watson.
件さえ解決
Once
すれ
we
ば
close the case, no one will dare say a bad thing about Holmes again. Here, you should go over to this soda dispenser and drink the well cheers, Watson.
ああまあそう
I'm sure Shrimps won't come and spirit you away. Maybe, but I have my doubts.
私は何があっても
Well, no matter what happens,
ホームズの
no matter what people say, you have an ally in me.
だから
Got a friend
陰口なんか
in
気
me.
にしちゃダメよ
You got
あ
a
なたは悪く
friend
ないんだから
in me.
いつも通りにしていればいいわ
So, don't lose heart and let those nasty rumors flow in one ear and out the other. Keep being yourself. Remember, you've done nothing wrong.
その通りだ
Let's
ミス・ホワイトリー
go.
もたまにはいいことを言うな
You're absolutely right. Funny how even a broken clock is right. Holy shit. Increases his affection. Huh. I guess even an idiot can be right. Sometimes. Damn.
一言余計なのよ
Was that at all necessary?
でも
We'd best count ourselves lucky to have such a brave one on our side.
度胸がある
Even at times like these, you show no fear. I hope Herlock continues to be savage in his route. Upon entering the classroom, I noticed Marple addressing Holmes.
ホームズ
I read
今
the
朝の
paper,
新聞を読ん
Holmes.
だわ
Hadn't everyone? It was the topic of choice for nearly every person I'd seen.
そうか今朝の新聞なら僕も読んだよ
And we have something in common. I guess we both read the newspaper.
それじゃ答えてくれるわねまさか本当にあなた
You
があの
read?
事件の犯人なの
I'm certain you know what I'm going to ask then. You aren't the culprit, are you?
だとしたら君はどうするんだ
What would you do if I said I were?
質問を質問で返すなんてひねくれてるわね
Is it really so difficult to answer the question instead of being a contrarian?
私はあなたの口から真実を聞いておきたいのきっとクラスのみんなも同じ気持ちよ
All I want is to hear the truth from you. I can't be alone in that.
俺たちはみんな
Oh, all of us
ホームズの
believe
ことを
in your
信じてる。
innocence, Holmes.
なあ
Don't
ファ
we,
バ
Faber? Faber? Kinda fucking told? Told?
もちろんだよね
Of
ルピン
course. That's us, and Lupin makes 3.
もちろんホームズ君が犯人なわけ
Well,
ないですよ
yes. He's innocent. He must be.
無実に決まってます
Holmes could never do
そうですよね。
something so awful. Don't you think? Faber isn't real. He can't hurt you.
は
What?
あなんで俺に聞くんだ
What are you asking me?
ジャック君もそうだといいなって
Well, I was hoping we would be in agreement. That's all.
別にどっちでもいい興味がない
He can do just as he likes. It's not me concern. I commit crimes too. Jack's cranky. He's got opium. He needs to smoke right out. He's jealous of Herlock because his dad has like a steady supply of opium and he doesn't. As if to illustrate his disinterest in more than words, Jack returned to staring out the window as he so often did.
ホームズは何か事件に巻き
We
込まれた
love a
わけなの
business minder.
それならちゃんと説明してくれよ
You had some mishap and now you're being left with the blame, I'll bet. You can tell us.
ホームズ
僕はあの殺人事件の犯人じゃない。
You're correct. I didn't commit that murder.
今は
And
これ以
that's
上
all
の
I
こ
have
と
to
を
say
話
on
す
the
つもり
matter
は
for the time being.
何か
Any
話せ
reason
ない理
why?
由でもあるの
Cause I'm still in fucking jail, what you think?
おばあ様が言っていたわ普段小鳥のように
My
おしゃべりで
grandmother once told me that whenever someone who often chirps away like a baby
必ず
bird
理由や事
suddenly
情がある
stops, there's always something more to it.
ミス・マープル
Miss Marple, I
Boku
don't
no
recall
Shadow
ever being the
Joe
type to
Distance.
chirp away, as it were. I'm not a fucking bird. I'm a human.
確かにそうかもしれませ
And
ん
yet
が
I get the sense you're being more
この件に関しては
obstinate than usual where this
必
matter
要以
is
上に
concerned.
堅くなに見えます。
みんなが納得
We're
しないのは当然
schoolmates, Holmes. There's not a soul here who would believe that article rings true.
もし
Except for
何
Jack,
か
I
厄
guess.
介事に巻き込まれて困っているなら誰かに相
If you've
談すべきで
genuinely
す。
found yourself in dire straits, then seek support.
先生でも
You know, in my
Watson-kun
route,
demo.
I aided like a child smuggling ring, so I can relate. Yeah, plenty here. Mr. Mackenzie, Watson, and myself, of course.
明智でもいいけど
I know Akechi would always extend a helping hand, but your dad's a famous detective, isn't he? Why not? Uh-oh.
余計なお世話だ。
Ignore your advice. I'll do just that, thank you. Yeah, he probably doesn't want his dad to help solve the case because he wants to do it on his own. Kobayashi had managed to say the very thing Holmes least wanted to hear. I pursed my lips in concern. If there was one thing Holmes could not ignore, it was the very man he considered a lifelong rival. So you have something in common with him. Oh, please, Sherlock, don't appear in the story. I don't want to read your lines.
みんな
Come
そんなに
now.
一度に質
The
問攻
last
め
thing
にしちゃ
that he
かわ
needs
い
is
そ
to
うよ
be bombarded with attention.
落ち着いて
Let's all calm down, shall we? Jack is jealous that Holmes got away with murder, but if they catched him, the jury would be like, whoa, death penalty, God save the Queen. As I moved to step in, Mr. Mackenzie arrived.
ごきげんようみんな
Good day, class.
さあ
Please
席につい
take
て
your
ください
seats. And we did just that, feet shuffling and chairs being pulled this way and that, as our ever-reliable teacher went to his own desk at the front.
ホームズ君
Yes, sir.
よく来てくれましたね
Thank you for coming to school today.
欠席する理由がありませんから。
I see no reason why I wouldn't. Perhaps feeling guilty upon Holmes's reaction, no one in the class sought to press him on the issue again. As class ended and students began to lunch, Holmes stood and retired from the room at an unusually brisk pace.
ズ、周囲の目が煩わしいからって言ってたけれど、
He said it was because he was tired of the stairs.
もしかしたらクラスのみんなに嫌な思いをさせたくなかったのかもしれないわね。
Still, I can't help but wonder if he suspected everyone would be happier if he weren't here. If anyone student at the academy who believed the paper were to interrogate Holmes, then they would have an army comprised of his fellow schoolmates to contend with. Holmes no doubt knew this, as well as knew that whatever tension that might come about would dampen the mood.
ホームズのやつ辛い時は極端にそっけなくなる。
He has a bad habit of turning cold when he's having a rough time of it. Probably busy brooding over whatever's happened at the moment. Holmes's problems were Watson's problems because they're married, and he'd taken to the current dilemma so genuinely that each new sigh grew heavier.
ホームズ、
Do you
大丈夫
think
かし
he's
ら？
going to be alright?
ホームズって一度
I
抱え込む
suppose
と
if he ever decides to
I mean,
open
you
up,
touched those
but
people
that's
now,
not the Holmes way. He prefers to hide it.
初めてあいつと喧嘩した時に
It
も
was the same way when we had our first fight.
ホームズとワトソ
You
ン
two have fought before? I mean, who wouldn't want to fight Holmes? I thought I misheard. Holmes and Watson had disagreements, as any two people would, but I never witnessed anything resembling a fight. Yeah, that's because they fight in bed.
あれはまだ
Was a
俺
right
やホ
ugly
ームズ
one
がこ
too.
の学園に入学
Happened
した
not
間も
long
ない
after we
頃
first enrolled and started living
俺たち
together.
が
Nah,
米
I
花街
could
で
take
一緒に
them.
暮らし始めた頃だったかな。
Watson began the story in a somewhat wistful tone. Not in bed, though. There used to be a boy in our class named Roy. Roy's our boy! He lost his father to illness shortly before, and he had no siblings. He was part of a family, and then, just like that, it was only him and his grievance. Did Holmes say something intensely insensitive about his family member dying? Damn, I wish my dad died. Damn, I wish that was me. I'm forfeiting that fight. He knew she wasn't coping well, so he thought to ease her fears by working as a paperboy like me. Thought he could pay for some of his education himself. Elio, that's frauding, not fighting.
今日の新聞も積んだし、よしっと。
And here's my half. Let's get going.
ワトソン、君のルートへは裏通りから行った方がいいぜ。
Oh, Roy's cute.
今日はビッグベン周辺でパレードがあるからな。
You might use the back alleys today, Watson. There's a parade of some sort going on near Big Ben.
いつもより人通りが多いだろうから気をつけろよ。
Huh? What?
僕も自分のが終わったら
Don't
手
worry
伝って
about
やるよ。
it. I imagine it'll be even busier than usual, so take care, alright? I'll come help after I've sorted my own deliveries.
ありがとな。助かるよ
Thanks.
ロイ。
I'll see you in a bit then. I admit I missed a bet, but I didn't miss that much. Unfortunate. Roy was good-natured to a fault, but he was also clever. So clever, in fact, that he often rivaled Holmes' intellect in the classroom. And Holmes carried nothing but respect for his talent. Is he... You know. The three of us got on well, so Roy would often come to visit our flat. I was excited, honestly. Holmes and I had never had a friend in common before.
ホームズ、
By
前に
the
君
way,
が出してくれ
Holmes,
た
I
暗号
tried to
解
code in
読
that
してみたんだけ
cipher,
ど、
and I think I
これで合って
finally
る？
cracked it. Is this right?
ロイ、こんな短時間
I'm
で
stunned you were
数字
able
の
to
法
work
則性
out
に
the
気づ
rule
くと
and
は
the numbers in such a
さすが
short
だね。
time. This is
正解だよ。
flawless work.
やっぱりロイは
Good
すごいな。
show, Roy!
お前
You
も
ought to
探偵事
consider
務所を
opening
開け
your
ば
own
いいのに。
detective
きっ
agency.
と成功する
You'll
よ。
have clients queuing up faster than you can take them. I appreciate you
でも今の
saying
僕じゃ
so, but
ホームズ
I
に勝て
don't
る気
think
がし
I'm
ないな。
quite up to par with
それに
Holmes here.
ホームズには
And
君
I
みたい
wouldn't
な
have
助手
an
までいるん
assistant
だか
as
ら。
capable as you either. Roy's the criminal, isn't he? Oh no!
じゃあ、よかったら
I
俺
thought
たち
he
と一緒
just
にや
like
ろうぜ。
moved away. But that might be it. He turned to a life of crying to pay for his mom's medical bills. I know. Why not come and work with us then?
一人じゃ難しい
They
こと
always
だっ
say
て
two heads are better
二人
than
ならできる
one.
こともある
Three would be
三
unstoppable.
人ならなおさらだろ
そう言ってく
That's
れるだけ
kind
で
of you
も
to offer.
嬉しいよ。
Thank you. Holmes and I had already established ourselves as detectives by then. Our early work was much simpler compared to now, of course. We'd locate missing goods, investigate unfaithful husbands at the urging of their wives, and other small tasks. So you guys were like that one MTV show. They're talking about fraud. But a certain frustration began to settle in as we noticed a deliberate pattern in our cases. They were boring. Perhaps our clients thought us too young for anything truly grand. Oh. Time to punish Jet. Okay, hold on. I gotta remember what the combination was. Okay, it's this. I can tell because I lagged. You said NTV, but I was expecting NTR. My mind's not constantly on NTR, okay? Like, I oughta. Okay, there we go. I can go back up. I don't know why I had a southern twang there. Yeah, it's there 90% of the time, but not all the time.
まったくここは主婦のお悩み相談所じゃないんだぞいつになったらちゃんとした依頼が来るんだ
But there are days when I feel as if we're never gonna get a real job. I'm not sure how much more I can take playing an advisor to housewives.
周りの評価なんてそのうち勝手についてくるさ。
Our time will come. One doesn't earn a glowing reputation overnight.
そんな気長に待てるかよなあロイお前はどう思う
Yes, but we've waited long enough. What say you, Roy?
おいロイ
Pew pew! Pew pew! Pew pew! Roy, is everything alright?
えごめん。何の話だったっけ
Hmm? Oh, sorry. You were saying?
ロイ、
I
顔
do
色が
believe
良くない
Watson's
が
onto
どうかした
something.
のか。
You look rather pale. Uh-oh. Did he catch the illness
そ
that
そう
turns
かな
people into monsters?
別に何でもないよ。
Do I? That's funny. Well, I feel the very picture of health.
看病疲れか確かお前のおばさ
Are
ん
you tired at
熱を
all?
出してしばらく
Your
寝込ん
mom's
で
been in bed with a fever for a while now. Must be exhausting looking after her.
あ
Well,
まあ
yes, it can be.
でももう
Come to
1週
think
間
of
も
it,
経つ
it's
し
been a week.
俺のお父さん
Why not have
忙
Dad
しいよか
examine
ったら
her? It can't hurt to have a doc.
母さんのことなら
That's
心
quite
配いらないよ。
alright,
工場
really.
の仕事も
She'll
休んだ
be
し、
up and about
も
soon
うだいぶ
enough.
いいんだ。
She's doing much better since taking time off at the factory. Did she die? You know who else is in bed with your mom?
二人ともごめん。
That does
僕用事があ
remind
る
me.
から
I
今日は
have
帰
some
るよ。
things I need to do today.
それじゃあ。
So I must be going. I'll see you two later. She's not real, is she? He killed her.
おいロイ
Wait, Roy! Or
言っちま
don't?
った
Wonder what's so
用事
important.
って
His
おば
mom,
さんの看
maybe?
病かな
He has no mother. He was born in a tube.
それなら用事なんて濁さないで僕たちに伝えるだろう。
Doubtful. He would have said so if that were the case.
でも新聞配達の時もなんだか疲れてるしあいつ夜にもパブで雑用
Tubular,
の仕事をしてる
totally
みたいなんだ
tubular dude. He's been looking that way on the delivery route lately too. Just exhausted. It could have something to do with his new part-time work at the pub in the evening.
ロイのやつ大丈夫なのか
I hope he's not working himself ill. Yeah, if he's ill and his mom's ill, why doesn't he want to get a doctor to examine them? That's sus.
本人が話さないんだ。むやみに僕たちが詮索すべきじゃない。
Regardless, if he doesn't want to discuss the matter with us, it isn't our place to pry.
あ
Quite. Several days later, Roy stopped attending class. He stopped working his route, and he even stopped coming to Baker Street. He had completely disappeared. At the same time, we were assigned our first major case. A robbery turned homicide. Oh, I think that was Roy! Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Skycon. The task was given to us by a relative of the victims. Roy turned to a life of burglary. Roy is not our boy anymore. Well, at least he didn't turn to arsony like another Roy. They expressed impatience with the Yard's handling of the case, stating that they had yet to narrow down a perpetrator, so they thought to bring the matter to us. What did they have to lose? Oh, Emily, you should have seen me then. I was so pleased at the news. Here's the very thing I'd been waiting for. The very thing that could put Holmes's name squarely on the map. Arson is cool, though. Better yet, I was familiar with where the crime took place, as the victim was an elderly gentleman whose mansion was along a paper route I frequented. Oh, yeah, it was Roy. We were informed that his daily routine included visiting his ranch on the outskirts of London to admire his horses. The victim's driver attested to that as well. He was in the middle of boarding his carriage when the incident occurred. His testimony described a man with a cap pulled over his face suddenly appearing and roughly handling the victim as he stole his purse. He then fled north after shoving the victim. The shove itself had caused severe head trauma, leading to a coma and his death in short order. Jesus! What the fuck, Roy? The crime was noted to have taken place in the early morning, leaving few witnesses to account for. This was what made obtaining leads so difficult for Scotland Yard.
おはよう。ホームズ、今日は早いな。
Good morning. You're here early, Holmes.
ワトソン君、僕はちょ
I
っ
have
と
somewhere I need to
調べたい場
investigate,
所
you
がある。
see.
あの強盗殺人か。一緒に行かなくて大丈夫か？
Really? Is it in regards to the murder? Would you like me to come with you?
ああ、僕一人でいい。
Thank you, but I'll be alright on my own. He's probably not bringing Watson because he doesn't want Watson to see that their friend Roy is the burglar, probably.
ワトソン君、君は事件当日、
Roy also
現場の
stole
新聞
candy
配
from
達
a
の担当
baby
者が
and
誰だった
swore
か
in front of old
名前を
ladies.
確
Oh,
認
it's
してきて
even
くれ。
worse than I thought. What I need you to do is find the name of the paperboy who was assigned to the victim's route the day of the murder. Oh, I guess he doesn't suspect Roy then.
事件の話は？
Just their name? I can speak with them if you'd like.
聞かなくていい。名前が分かったら教えてくれ。
The name alone will do. Let me know as soon as you have it. We then went our separate ways. I did precisely as he asked, and was stunned upon finding the name Holmes wanted. Roy. He hadn't worked a day since the murder. I feared for our friend. What if something else happened? What if he'd been tangled in the murder? Before I could relay any such theories, however, Holmes returned to the flat with a report of his own to share.
ロイの母親から話を聞いてきた。おばさんは長いこと肺を患っていて、
Ooh.
ここ最近はその症状が悪化して食事もできなかったそうだ。
I had a talk with Roy's mother. By the sound of it, she was suffering from a lung condition. It had recently worsened to where she could no longer eat.
ホームズ、お前。
I love how we only seem to point of view his characters as stupid as Emily. We can't be a catchier home, so only Watson and Kobayashi. Hey, Kobayashi is smart. Say that again? You visited his mother?
ああ、だが数日前、ロイが一緒に見
Kobayashi
せ
is the smartest
薬を
dude
処方してもら
around.
い、なんとか持ち直した。
He knows not to date Emily. That makes him the smartest boy around. Kobayashi is smart. Kobayashi. Kobayashi is smarter than Akechi, to be honest. Exactly. He is smart, if anything, by pure virtue of being unable to date Emily. But he's also based and good. I mean, Dwarf is talking about book smart, not street smart. He can be both. He runs the boys' detective club. I'm also unable to date Emily. Would you want to date Emily? That doesn't make me smart. The question is, if you had the chance to date Emily, would you date Emily? Indeed, and there's more. Several days ago, we called a doctor to their home. Her conditions remarkably improved with this prescribed medicine. I think Akechi is kind of dumb. She has no idea where the money came from. He's the smartest dude around. Not a lot of challenge there other than Pendleton. Holmes, you can't be suspecting. The timing of all events lined up perfectly. I've asked his mother to request that Roy come here as soon as he's home. Speak plainly, Holmes. What are you trying to say? Holmes's tone remained flat, distant. Right then, I learned that even if the culprit were one of his closest friends, it would not stop him from pursuing the truth. He would never hesitate. I believe Roy committed the robbery we're following in order to fund his mother's medical treatment. Am I wrong, Roy? In the doorway, Roy stood, lost for words. Too many R-sounding words in that sentence. He was fixed to the spot, face growing paler, fingers still on the door handle. Roy? You heard our conversation? Oh, I should have known you'd discover the truth, Holmes. You're right. It was me. God damn it, Roy, you're hot. Why, you mean you're a murderer? Damn. Damn, that makes you even hotter. I only wanted the money for my mom's medicine. It's fine, eat the rich, Roy. I never wanted him to die. I swear on my life. I never wanted that. Oh hey! Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition puts your actual character on the main menu, which unfortunately leads to things like this happening. Hey, what's so bad about that? Is Roy Jack? I don't think so, no. It's all very kind to say, but what were you intending to do had I not called you here? Were you going to confess, or were you going to run away? Use your mother as an excuse? You committed a terrible act, and you still chose to hide. But I know what happened. I cannot stand idle in light of it. Bonnie, have you noticed that you serve a head pat apparatus for chat the same way as scratching post works for cats? I guess so, huh? I never thought of it that way, but you're right. Holmes, you do know what you're saying, don't you? He murdered to get money for his mom's medicine. And he's a family man, too. God damn it. Why are all the excellent men undateable? I deserve it, Watson. Everything he says is the truth. He's hot, he murders rich people, he's a family man. Next you're gonna say he's an animal king. That he takes care of abandoned animals. Holmes is never wrong. You know that better than anyone. Why are all the excellent men undateable? Aw, thank you. Ever since Dad's death, Mums kept working to look after me. Xenoblade X definitive has new features such as basic features like being able to change your party without going to the other side of New Los Angeles to find each individual party member you want. Also, it's not like Atelier Furious. Her condition would worsen, but she still worked. She suffered, and she tried to hide it all from me, so as not to worry me.
自分が死にかけたって僕には笑って大丈夫としか言わない。
Even at death's doorstep, she managed to smile, managed to tell me all was well.
僕が捕まったら残された母さんは一体どうなるんだって思ったら
I forgive you. You deserve the money. I'll give you all my money. I knew I could turn myself in, but I couldn't stop thinking of how she would fare without me. In the end, I let that rule me. I couldn't leave. Well, legit, you just had to fucking search the city every fucking time you wanted one of these 15 or so idiots in your team. Damn. Pitiful, isn't it?
ああ、とても情けない話。
Yes, that it is.
母親を思ってしたことだろうが、犯罪を犯せばこうなることは分かっていたはずだ。
I understand you were thinking of her, but you should have known that as soon as you committed a crime, this is how it would end.
僕は君の行動をいつも見ていた。あくまで友人として。だがもし君が僕の目を騙し通せると思ったなら。
I've observed your every action, as a lover, of course. So if you truly believed you could deceive me forever, then I do, quite strongly, pity you.
だけどホームズ、ロイには殺す気はなかった。なんとかしてやれないのかよ。
But you know as well as I do that he didn't intend for that man to die. Is there nothing we can do for him?
彼が財布を奪わなければ、被害者は命を落とすことはなかった。
Result trumps intention. Had Roy not taken that gentleman's purse, he would still be alive today.
ヤードに出頭したまえ、ロイ。君には分かるはずだ。この先、決して罪の意識からは逃げきれないと。
Turn yourself in, Roy. You can outrun a sentence all you wish, but you'll never be able to outrun your guilt.
ああ、君の言う通りだな。
You're right. Of course, you're right.
僕はあの老紳士に取り返しのつかないことをした。彼の家族も悲しませた。
What I did can never be undone. The grief I've caused his family will never leave them. Roy, lol, I don't care. Leaves.
これから先、
He would be so based for that.
僕自身を苛む罪の意識は消えない。
Just leave, Roy. You're good. We can still recover from this. And that will remain forever a blight on my conscience. I know what I've done, and I'll never stop hating myself for it. It's fine. You probably, killed this world's equivalent of Elon Musk. You're probably doing us a service. Roy's smile then was somehow heavier than a frown. A smile bereft of any happiness. He was resigned, relieved.
もうじき、スコットランドヤードが事件の話を聞きにここへ来る。
Scotland Yard will be here soon for a progress report. You can tell them the truth then. Holmes, too, was bereft of the passion he often secured from his investigations. He behaved as a machine would, from the deafness of his tone down to the coldness in his eyes.
僕を軽蔑したか
Well,
ら。
I couldn't blame you were you to look down on me as I am now.
僕は君のような友達を持っ
I'm
て
still thankful to have you as a friend.
一生罪を
Without
隠して
you,
怯える
I
未
would
来
have
から
condemned myself to living a
君は
life of
僕
fear
を救
and
ってく
guilt.
れたんだ。
Holmes, surely you have more to say to him. Can't we
お前なら
find a way to help
もっと
him?
知恵を貸す
Cover his tracks?
かばってやるこ
You're
とだった
smart, man. You can manage it. What I don't understand is I'm assuming the conversation that he had with Holmes and Watson, where Watson offered to have his dad, who is a doctor, observe his mother. I assume that happened before he stole from the guy and killed him. So, why didn't he take the offer if he turned to, like, stealing and then accidentally murdering someone? If he's that desperate to steal from someone, why not take Watson's offer? Is it pride? Is he too prideful to accept that? I don't get it. Holmes.
ワトソン
Oh, wait, I already read that.
あまりホームズを責めないでくれ
Yeah, let me aid and abet a manslaughter when I'm currently suspected of a murder, stupid dickhead. Please don't hate him for this, Watson. You're his assistant. He needs you to stand with him. This is a baffling scene.
おいお前も
Yeah, why didn't you come to
俺
us?
たちに話してくれなかった
Watson offered to have his doctor dead. Look at your mom. Why didn't you take the offer? And why did you come to us? We're your friends. I'll help a
そうだ
criminal.
な大切な友達だったからかな
I'm not against committing crimes. Indeed you are, but that's why I didn't want to tell you. Scotland Yard arrived soon after, as Holmes said they would. Roy confessed to his crimes and then he was gone. That was the end.
これで満足かよホームズ
Is this seriously the reason why you two fought? For real? Well, you pleased with yourself now, Holmes? Like, I get both sides of the story, but I don't think it's enough to fight each other over. You know? Yeah, okay, Watson L. Watson L.
事件が解決したんだ。満足に決まっている。
Suddenly. Why wouldn't I be? I solved the case.
それより、しばらく一人にしてくれないか。僕に話しかけるな。
And if it's all the same to you, I wish to be left alone. Don't speak to me. Common root 1 bird Watson L. Bargain bin. Overstocked Watson L. How could he still rattle off such things? With every word I'd become angrier and angrier.
待てよ
That's enough from you. I couldn't bear it any longer.
ホームズ
You should have committed a crime with me, Holmes! Holmes made no attempt to block me as I struck his face with all the anger that was building inside of me. Like, I get why Watson's upset because, like, this is, like, one of his best friends, but, like, I think it's valid of Holmes to be like, hey, yeah, let's have the murderer turn himself in. Because he still murdered someone. Were I in my right mind, I would have realized it was impossible for someone with Holmes's gift for boxing to take the hit. But all I saw was red.
誰にだって間違いはあるせめて
And
何
Holmes
か
obviously doesn't want to do this, but he's sticking to it because he's like, this is the right thing to do. No one is perfect. Everyone makes mistakes. You couldn't have at least given him a word of comfort? Anything? Watson's acting like a complete moron, so nothing is different from usual.
あいつはお前に
He was your friend! Did that ever mean something to you? I noticed that though that Holmes was like being robotic, and that's not like in an unfeeling way. It's like I have to take on this attitude, otherwise my emotions will overwhelm me because this is like my friend, and I have to stick to doing the right thing. He was probably also thinking that it's the right thing for his friend, that he probably knows that his friend doesn't want to commit murder.
なんとか言えよ
Answer me! Holmes, what color is your hair? Because I feel like it's been 3 different colors. Silver, brown, and black. Feels like. His cheek has quickly gone from red to swelling, but his expression never changed. I took another swing. What is wrong with you, Watson? Watson L. Big L. See, this is why your root sucks, Watson. You chanced a fist towards me, too. Ow! What was that? Speak up! I refuse to believe you feel nothing after this. Out with it! You... damn it! So angry at the time. I should noticed sooner how angry he was with himself. What ensued was nothing more than a lowly brawl between idiots. One blow after the next was exchanged. One blow, you say? I'm confident in my stamina, but Holmes was still married to his strength. And it wasn't any different then. There was only so much I could take before I'd met my limit. I mean, you're just handing it to me on a silver platter at this point, game. You're just handing this to me. This stream is wild. Opium, prodding, blowing. Perhaps I only lasted as long as I could. Because Holmes's mind was elsewhere. His composure was lacking, and his usual grace degraded itself to something unrefined. Damn! He's getting degraded? Damn! I'd finally given in and was on the floor. He was trembling! Shoulders, legs, and all on his knees! I'll take the clown. They're just handing it to me. They're just handing it to me.
僕だって助けたかったさ。
I wanted to help him too.
こんな結末で僕が
I
満足
have
してい
this
る。
effect on his
そんなわけがないだろう。
Am I pleased? How could you ask that? How could I be? Even his voice seemed unstable. A great unrest had consumed him to the point where he could no longer contain it. No matter how desperate he was to win it back, the shaking wouldn't stop. He had swelling and bruising and other injuries, but more distinct than those was the distortion beneath the... Oh shit, he's distorting. No, you gotta manifest ego, Holmes.
そうか。
Right. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, I'm doing really good. I hope you're doing good too, Lyndon. Hello. I missed you. What a stupid ass I'd been. I thought then it wasn't half as easy for him as I'd assumed it was. He'd chosen the hardest path for the sake of our friend, not because he hated him. Roy was guilty. I was indignant. Yet somehow, the one who had struggled most from this tug-of-war was Holmes. Elio. Down bad, Lappy. Oh boy. The abyss stares back. We're back, baby!
そうかよ。
The series will resume. We're so back. Oh. Well then... No new cases followed that one for some time. Perhaps it was to our benefit, as we were hardly on speaking terms since that evening. It was only some time later that I was told Roy's crime had been deemed an accident in a court of law. Further investigation proved the push on Roy's part wasn't the victim's cause of death. Rather, he had fallen and hit his head as he made chase. The change in opinion was brought about by a certain someone working to collect information from what few eyewitnesses were present, including the carriage drivers. And though I was never given a name, I cannot help but notice the connection when I discovered Holmes' investigation was to prove Roy didn't murder anyone. Try as I did to press him on the matter, he was relentless in his silence. I can't believe Roy stabbed him personally and pushed him into the fire. Based.
それよりもワトソン君、
I
僕が
must
少
be
し
off to take
出か
care
け
of
てくる。
some other business.
それ
Would you
俺も一緒に行っていいか？
mind if I joined you?
勝手にしたまえ。
Do as you please. Holmes was to visit Roy's mother that day. She was still recovering, but her symptoms had improved at an astonishing rate. Okay, I can get rid of the cloud mode now. Even in times of great illness, she fretted over her son.
ロイはある人を助けるために罪を犯しました。そして今、逃げずにその罪を認め、償おうとしています。
Roy did all this to help someone very special to him. He's now atoning for his actions and working to right his wrongs.
ロイは僕の大切な友人です。彼は必ずおばさんの元に帰ってきます。
I should like you to know how dear friend he is to me,
待っていてやってくだ
as
さい。
well as have my confidence that he will come home to you as soon as he can. All I ask is that you wait for his return.
お願いします。
Please. How do you right a wrong that's a guy dying? Well, they at least they were able to prove that it wasn't like, I guess in like a court of law, it wasn't intentional manslaughter. It was, he just wanted to push him and he just died because of it. You still can't really make up for taking a life away, but I thought I knew everything there was to know about Holmes before. He was strong in mind, logical to a fault. Nothing could stand his sway either. But Holmes swayed often, and he carried his weight in fear. He feared, he worried, he questioned his every decision. He's gonna make a new guy. Yeah, he's gonna take away a life, bring a new life, get Mpreg. He secured his doubts in a box for only him to see, and though he wished to throw away the key, he continually filled it with more doubts still. He would sooner fill it until it was full to bursting, until the lid would be longer close. That's gay, Jackie. You know what is gay also? I saw like ads for Cookie Run Kingdom on my phone. And it was talking about pure vanilla cookie and what was his name? Sweet. I forgot what the other guy's name was. Sweet milk cookie. I don't know. Even the ad was gay. I forgot what it said in the ad, but I was like, damn, this is yaoi in my ad. He secured his doubts in a box for only him to see, and though he wished to throw away the key, he continually filled it with doubts still. He would sooner fill it until it was full to bursting, until the lid would no longer close. Unhappy thoughts, all in a box. He was ordinary, much like the rest of us. All media comes back to Mpreg, as it should.
そんなことがあったのね。
I didn't know any of this.
あの時の
What were your thoughts on the chapter, by the way? They really went through, like,
今のホームズを見てると
imprisonment, toxic yaoi to, like, improve and become a better person, and, like, damn. It was peak. Absolute peak. God.
それでもホームズは自分の感情を抑えて事件に立ち向かうことを選んだ。確かにホームズらしいわね。
The fact that even when he was like defeating, what was it, Shadow Milk Cookie, he's still like thinking of him. Gay. For all the pain he knew it would bring, he suppressed his feelings as well as he could, and pushed forward. It does sound rather like him.
ホームズには事件を見過ごすことはできない。それがホームズを楽しませる場合でも苦しめることになっても。
That silly boy. He simply can't ignore a case when it's right in front of him. It could bring him joy or sorrow. He would still obsess until he solved it.
なあ、俺が今話したこと、ホームズには内緒にしてくれよ。
Listen, Emily. Don't tell Holmes I said any of this, alright?
ええ、わかったわ、ワトソン。
Of course. I won't say a thing.
私たちも早く。
Besides, I should
Holmes
say our time is best spent gathering evidence to clear his name. Elliot, I just unlocked Lumberjack and Grand Blue, and every other job system is invalid now. Being a singing lumberjack with animal buddies that fight alongside you, and you all wear matching flannels is peak. Holy shit! I need to look this up. Lumberjack, Grand Blue. Oh my god! They got huskies? So Gran has huskies and he's riding on husky and he's got little furry ears. Oh my god. Oh, what? She has a shoehorn bill? She has a shoehorn bill? Oh my god. Peak. Shoehorn bill? Peak. Husky, shoebill, and little birdies. Peak. She even got like a little baby husky. Oh my god. You get all three. Oh my god. I love huskies and birds and shoebills. Besides, I should say our time is best spent gathering evidence to clear his name. With perfect timing, the bell to announce the start of class began to chime throughout the academy. Holmes returned to the classroom and to his assigned seat. Watson's story had given a deeper meaning to the eerie calm of his expression, far from reassuring, seeing it only made my chest tighten. See? Peak job.
ホームズ、
You're so
大丈夫よ。
right.
きっとあなたの無実を証
Never
明して
fear,
みせるわ。
Holmes. We won't stop until we prove your innocence. I wondered if I should have said anything. He surely would have preferred I kept to myself.
ああ、君にそんなことができる
I'm
のか。
back by unpopular vote. Oh no! Welcome back, Lennox. Well, you know, are you really so confident?
大丈夫。
I am. I might not be able to do it alone, of course,
無理
but
だとしても、
I'll have your help too, so all will be well.
あなたの知恵も借りられるもの。
You never stop
全く計り知れ
surprising,
ない
do
な。
you?
君は。
Holmes' smile was only slight, and though I didn't know if his heart was in it, I took it as a mild victory. I suppose you made me not get convicted for being a murderer. I suppose I can date you. That's gonna be this route. I knew then that I would do anything to see that smile grow. After our classes had ended, the three of us bundled ourselves in coats and shuffled into the cold toward Holmes and Watson's Baker Street flat. The police did little to hide their watchful eyes, and some were brazen enough to take their place along the street in plain sight.
警官って
But
すごいのね。
you are paying,
こ
Emily.
んな寒い中でも表情一つ変えずに
We're
張り
not
付いている
splitting
な
the
んて。
bill. I'm not paying. You're paying. You're the rich bitch here, Emily. Police officers are certainly to be commended. I don't know if I could stand stock still in this weather. Good,
寒い
good
中
afternoon.
ご苦労様で
It
す。
must be terribly chilly out here.
いえ、これが
Not
私
at
の
all.
仕事ですか
I'm
ら。
pleased to be going about my job, ma'am. I didn't expect a response of any kind, so I was uncertain what to say in turn. He continued instead.
先ほどミスター・ホームズに依頼
A
人が。
potential client came to visit you earlier, Mr. Holmes.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you for informing me. He's very kind, isn't he?
な
He is.
あの人
Oh, you see
よく
him
この
often
ベンカー街を
patrolling
見
along
回り
the
してるんだ
street. I'd say he's the
見
most
張りの
polite
中
of
じ
all the guards
ゃ一
assigned to
番律儀で
Holmes.
礼儀正しいよ要件がある
He
時で
must
も
be evil
こっちの
then.
話が一段落してから声を
He's
か
got
け
an
てくれるし
agenda. I noticed he always waits till we finish the conversation before approaching us to say anything, too. How considerate. We were now close enough that Hudson had come out to greet us, her enthusiasm reaching marvelous levels.
おかえりなさい。あなたも一緒なのね。
I feel like this is our first time seeing Hudson since like Common Route. Did she even appear in Watson's Route? I don't remember. Did you have a good day at school? Oh, and hello, Emily.
お邪魔するわ。
I feel like after the picnic, she just kind of fucked off. Hello. I do hope I'm not being a bother.
そうそう。ホームズにお客様が来てるわよ。
Never ever. And oh, you have a visitor, Holmes.
僕に
Do I?
ええ。落ち着いた老紳士。感じのいい方よ。外の警官に問い詰められてたところを中に入れてあげたの。
Indeed. He's the most lovely elderly gentleman. I noticed him being questioned by the guard outside and let him in for you.
ホームズに依頼があるそうよ。亡くなった奥さんの形見の指輪を探しているんですって。
He's mentioned a case of some kind. Something about finding a ring which belonged to his late wife. Oh, maybe Lupin stole it. I see.
上にお通ししてお茶もお出ししたわ。早く行ってあげて。
I showed him upstairs and poured him some tea, but I don't want you to keep him waiting.
ありがとうハドソン
It won't be long. Thanks, Hudson.
いいえ、これくらい。
I remember her being mentioned because she... Oh, right! She let Emily wait at their house while they were gone, but I don't remember any dialogue. Yeah. It was probably like a really quick mention. I'm always happy to help. No matter what happens to either of you, I'll always remain by your side. That means no giving up, alright, Holmes?
君に心配されるなん
Not
て
certain anything up to this point has made me feel worse than knowing you're concerned for me. Damn.
何よ。
That's no way to treat someone who's worried about you, young man. I like that expression. That's a good expression.
僕を思うならいつも通りに接してくれ。そうしてもらえた方がかえって気が楽だ。
If you really want what's best for me, then treat me the same as you would any other day. I'll feel much better that way. He managed a somewhat troubled smile before going to meet his new client.
ああ、あんな事件があったのに、思ったより落ち着いているわね。
Oh my, he's much calmer than I was expecting. I wonder why. Maybe he really is a murderer.
も
Damn.
しかして、あなた
I
が一
can't
緒だか
believe
ら。
I'm committing a crime by housing a
これはあ
murderer.
なたの助手としても
Sweet.
興味深い事件だわ。
Maybe he can steal me some more of those knockoff plates for me. Could it be? Is it because you've been with him, Emily? Ooh, the assistant in me has become thoroughly intrigued indeed. Watson and I weren't far behind Holmes. Immediately upon reaching the first floor, we spotted the gentleman to whom Hudson had been referring. His back was bent with age, a walking stick acting more support than his legs, and though we were indoors, he quivered as though the cold outside had followed him.
一応お聞きしましょうか。今日は一体どんなご依頼で？
I suppose the world won't end if I humor you. What brings you here today, sir?
おいホームズそんな態度で
Enough, Holmes. You can't speak that way to a client.
構わんさ。実はわしの大切な
Holmes hates old people. No, it's quite alright. It's my ring, you see.
奥さんの形見の指輪ですか。笑えない冗談だ。
A memento of your late wife, yes? Don't make me laugh. Huh? Even with circumstances as tense as they were, Holmes would never react with so much hostility towards a client. Something wasn't right, so I went to whisper to Watson my concerns.
ねえ、ワタさん。あのおじいさんって、ホームズの知り合いなの？
Watson? Are those two acquainted?
いや俺も も初めて見るよ。でもホームズのあのトゲトゲしい言い方。
Not to my knowledge. I've never met him before, though I certainly hope so with how rude Holmes is being.
せっかくの紅茶も無駄になってしまいましたね。
Damn! Such a waste of a perfectly fine cup of tea, too.
そうか。それはもったいない。よっと。
Well, that is a shame. What I get then? Aged as he was, the gentleman seemed intent to first straighten himself in one quick motion.
おじいさん、そんなに無理に背中を起こすと腰が。
Sir, please don't do that. What if you hurt your back? I'll just sue
お気遣い
Holmes
感謝す
then.
るよ、ミス・ホワイトリ
Thank
ー。
you for your concern, Mrs. Whiteley. Wait, his voice sounded like it changed.
その声はもし
Oh,
かして。
I see who you are now.
依頼人のふりをするなんて
What possessed you to play
僕
the
をから
part
か
of
っているんです
Klein?
か？父
You're
さん。
gonna laugh at my expense, father. Oh, it's Sherlock. Oh no.
す
No!
ごい変装ね。全然気づかなかったわ。
Mr. Holmes, what a delightful ruse. You had me completely fooled to the last second.
お褒めの言葉にも感謝するよ、ミス・ホワイトリー。
No. No. Why are you here? Why are you here? Hold on. Let me drink. His face, right? He's so smug. Yeah. Yeah, I can see where Herlock gets it. You were truly a dear, Miss Whiteley. Ugh! Holmes's father had done away with the disguise entirely, and whilst he still sat, his posture was now perfectly upright and able. He looks like he's getting sucked on. He does!
どこが変装ですか？そのステッキ、いつも父さんが持っているも
I,
の
on
で
the
しょ？
other hand, was not.
Yeah, but
You
the
take
great
that
lady
walking
will
stick
notice.
with you everywhere you go. I dare say you were inviting me to recognize you. Oi, 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 oi. Monty's spitting facts, okay? Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Linux, you know I'm right. Yeah, like if I put my face here and I go like this, doesn't it look like Elio? No. Sucking off Sherlock. I can taste the opium. I can taste the crack. It's in his veins. Bye, Pink Line. Bye, Pink Line.
このタイミングで私がお前を訪ねたと知られたくないの
I
でね。
didn't want anyone else to know I was coming to visit you. I can't bunk more. I actually wanted to save for a song. Man does so much opium. It's all his fluids are. Exactly. It appears his visit was not under pleasant circumstances. His eyes grew very stern. Would you take my crack pipe, son?
ジュニア、
I need to
今
get
回の事件は
high. Junior, this cases. God, I hate doing Sherlock's voice. Where's my opium, boy?
僕は父さんのせいで巻き込まれた。
I do not
なん
believe
て
I
思っ
was
ていま
drawn
せん。
into these circumstances because of you. If you believe otherwise, then I'm afraid you are severely mistaken. I'm curious about the Pink Line's backstory. The Pink Line lost their entire family. And the reason it appears is because whenever I get up and I like try and get off the screen, the Pink Line gets very lonely and it wants me back in its life to fill the hole that is left from their entire family getting murdered.
これは僕に降りかかった事件だ。
This case came
父
to
さん
me.
の助けは必
I
要
have
あり
no
ません。
desire to have your assistance in solving it. Ever heard of the red line? It's that, but gay.
ホームズ、でもせっかくお父様が。
I know the red thread of fate. That's pretty gay. But Holmes, he's come here to help. Surely you could,
僕は自分の考えを曲げる気はない。君は口
I
出し
won't
し
be
ないでくれ
changing
な
my
いか、
mind.
ミ
And
ス
I
ホ
would
ワイ
be
トリー。
pleased if you were to keep your nose out of it, Miss Whiteley. I wasn't prepared for him to reject me so directly.
何があったとしても僕は父さん。
Nothing is sure to
あなた
convince
の
me
力には
otherwise,
頼りま
so
せん。
run along.
後で泣きついたって私は知らないぞ。
If that's your position, then I shan't accept when you come crying for sympathy later.
あなたに泣きつくくらいなら僕は探偵を辞める。
I'd rather retire than come crying to you for anything.
そうか。お前らしい決断だが、そう簡単にやめられるかな。
Very well. To be so stubborn about it is certainly like you, but I can't imagine you giving up the life of a detective just to avoid your dear old dad. He's that petty, Sherlock. You should know. Herlock is that petty. Herlock is that bitch.
お前に私の協力は必要ないようだな。
I can see why you don't like doing the
私は
voice.
この辺りで
Please
失礼させ
help
てもら
me
う
do
よ。
it. Please, 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 please. Red Line was a movie that Madhouse made, and it took like nearly 20 years to finish, and it looks so good. I can see why you don't like doing the voice. He's leaving right now. Okay. True, okay. With my help, lamentably unneeded, I shall run along as you requested. He stood and retired at his speed as to be gone as quickly as possible.
Ah.
Indeed. Okay, thank God. I hate doing your voice, bro. Holmes was presumably fine with this. He hadn't spared his father a glance, pretending as if the man were never there.
待ってください、ホームズさん。
No! Emily, why? Please wait, sir.
あな
No!
たはホームズに何か大切なことを伝えに来たのではないですか？
Damn it, Emily! You should have let him leave. So I didn't. Don't you have something important to tell him? Isn't that why you came here? He could tell him another day.
ほう。なぜそう思う？
Huh? Dwarf, please! Please! Help, Dwarf, please! Please, 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 please! I don't wanna read his voice lines. Please! Please! I'm begging. I'm begging you. Well, that's unfortunate. Just do the Jack voice, I guess. Okay. Okay. May I call right now? Hello?
Didn't even. You asked, and like you had already called.
Yeah. I was impatient.
Not quiet. Hold on.
Yeah, let me.
I turned you down 15%. I don't know why.
And you're at 200 for me. But you're pretty low compared to the game, so.
Yeah, people were telling me I was having some microphone issues. My little toggle on the back was stuck between two settings, so I probably sound fine now.
Okay.
Right?
Can y'all hear Dwarf all right now?
Because like I heard it from like 3 different people that they had to jack me up to like 200%.
Yeah.
That didn't sound correct.
Yeah, I have you at 200 right now myself.
That's weird. Hold on, let me try something. So I'm gonna set this to the one on the far. This one sucks, so
Okay. You hear him well? Okay, cool.
I probably should not be fucking with this. Like, full audio testing. Hold on. Okay, there we go. I got it back on where it's supposed to go.
Okay, cool. Alright. Thank you.
I really don't understand.
I don't know. Something about his voice. I just can't do it. I just can't do it.
Okay.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
You're just laughing at me? Why you laughing? Why you laughing?
It's just I don't know. It's just kind of funny. I don't know.
You just got your funny bone tickled? Because I had to plead for my life to plead for you to do this.
You didn't have to do anything. I assumed he was leaving.
Well, I guess not, because Emily called him back.
Fucking dollar store Emily L.
Yeah. Common Emily L. You had to. Elio is gonna die. Probably will leave in 2 more lines. It's fine.
What makes you so certain?
それは
Well, I must admit, it's mostly intuition, but I can't help but feel you and Holmes are rather like one another at heart. Yeah, that's called being related, Emily.
ホームズも意地になっていますが、あなたも意地になって帰ろうとしたんじゃないかって。
Holmes is being obstinate, and I should say your response to his obstinacy is equally obstinate. Yeah, I wonder where Herlock got the obstinacy.
なるほど。ご明察だね。
Is that what you say? Then you are very perceptive.
それに君はあの子を心から案じてくれている。礼を言うよ。
And I've noticed that you genuinely care for him. You have my thanks for that.
いえ、そんな。
well...
では、君にこれを渡しておこ
う。Permit me to give you this.
I hope it's a gun. Sherlock reached within his inner pocket and produced a notebook, after which he opened it and handed me a single leaf of paper. Is this drugs? I'm glad someone cares for him. Not me, though. Never me. I'm just here for my opium. What is this? It's gonna be more
う。
opium.
かつて、私が盗品売買に関わる組織的犯罪を暴いたことがあるんだが。
Many moons ago, I was involved in bringing to light a criminal organization involved in selling stolen goods.
Many of these goods were drugs, and I held on to them, as evidence, of course.
この紙に書かれている名前は、その組織に関わっていた人物だ。
Written down is the identity of one particular man whose name was whispered alongside that group.
幹部たちが逮捕される直前に組織と手を切ったおかげで彼は警察の目は逃れたが
Its leading members were taken into custody, and he himself managed to avoid capture due in part to cutting ties with them shortly before.
I had to taste test every drug. That reminds me of that one cartoon where they're like, "Oh, I got to taste test all this food for poison." Oh wait, no, that was Danganronpa too. There's fucking Byakuya being like, "I have to taste test every food for poison."
Yeah, I saw that Tribe 9 demo. I'm glad that every character still looks like the exact same. Like there's been no innovation.
Yeah, I don't like the designs.
You don't like token fat guy that looks the exact same as every other fat guy made by those people?
God, it's just so... They just don't improve at like...
And I'm sure he's morally reprehensible, of course, because he is the fat character, and that's just how that is.
Yeah, why do they keep making the same fat guy? Yeah, probably gonna either be like a huge, ginormous pervert, or gonna be terrible, and like, they're gonna like kill him off after like 2 chapters.
その組織の幹部の一人と今も接触している可能性がある。
I, however, have reason to believe his connections with them remain as strong as they ever were.
モラン大佐と呼ばれる人物に覚えはあるかい？
Do you remember the name Colonel Moran? Moran, sorry.
You let it slip out what you thought of him. How could I forget? upon the question, the name came to me as fresh as the day I learnt it. Is it like Patches from Dark Souls except they fucking hate him?
確かに霧の中で殺された男は大佐と言っていたわ。もしかしたら
I do recall the man who was murdered mentioning a colonel by the name before his...
ああ、この事件はその大佐に関係している可能性がある。私はすでに彼らに目をつけられているのね。
Indeed, my instincts tell me this case has something to do with him. Though whether I'm correct or not, they already seem content to have their eyes on me.
Yeah, no, Linux, that their fat characters in Danganronpa are just like, hey, look at this fat character. They're terrible because they're fat. Look at them and laugh. Point at them and laugh because they're fat.
スペルバウンドと呼ばれる
And
大
also
きな
they're a
犯
big
罪組織だ。
pervert.
だが、その人物を探せば。
They go by the name of Spellbound. Won't be an easy task to obtain a lead on them, but should you find the man written on that paper...
ホームズを罠には
And
め
we
出す
might
の組
learn
織の
about
情
the
報が
trap Holmes has been lured in, yes?
つかめるかもしれないんですね。
ああ、可能性は十分にある。
You are perceptive. Yes.
I try to every, like, year.
この私が自由に動けないのは恥ずかしい話だが。
Only I were able to act freely to resolve this myself. I'm ashamed of my inability to do much more.
Tugami is the only fat guy they made that was valid. Yeah, I liked Tugami, but even then, they still made a whole joke about like him being addicted to eating food. yeah, ignore the identity theft. Yeah, don't worry. he pulled off being Byakuya better than the actual Byakuya.
いえ、私にできる限りのことはやってみます。和田さんもいますし。
Nonsense. I shall do all I can to help him. I'm certain Watson will do the same.
Yes, Watson's been quite busy doing everything for my boy.
Thank you for your help, sir.
ワトソン・ジュニアといい、君といい、息子は恵まれているな。
My son is very fortunate to have been surrounded by the likes of you and William.
Yeah, we're both dating Murloc.
あいつとの距離をつかめずに恐れを持っているのは私も同じなのかもしれないな。
In a sense, I fear that he'll never have it in him to count me among those he would consider so close.
Yeah, he kinda hates your guts.
こんなひねくれた父親なんだ。息子がへそ曲がりになるのは当然か。
With a perverse old man like me for a father, it's little wonder my son became the man he is today.
Sherlock, that's your fault.
ホームズさん
Maybe you should stop smoking opium and be there for your son. Mr. Holmes?
ミス・ホワイトリー、君には苦労をかけるかもしれないが、どうか息子の力になってやってくれ。
For as much of a challenge it may be in our uncertain future, I hope you will always come to his rescue when he needs someone most.
I still can't get over how last stream Herlock legitimately called his dad a crack addict.
Yeah.
もちろんです。
My crack addict, good for nothing dad.
I'm pretty sure he's still a crackhead in FGO even.
Would you not do the same? I'm glad that's the one thing people make sure to keep in common with their Sherlock characters. Important character trait. Addicted to crack. Bonnie, I need a blanket. Hey, can I have some of my fur?
It was a different time.
I absolutely will, sir. I nodded emphatically to reassure him of such.
では、そろそろ私は行こうか。
With that, I believe I've long overstayed my welcome. I shall be off. I'll see you in, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours in this route, and I need to bail you out.
He did not forget to assume his disguise as an elderly gentleman once more before then. Even now, knowing his true identity, I was impressed with how convincing it was. Oh, I'm sure even kids smoked opium back then. Oh, have a good night, Thunder Dude.
ではまた会おう、ミス・ホワイトリー。
Well then, until we next meet, Miss Whiteley.
And then he was gone. We truly are alike, I thought quite comfortably. Obstinacy wasn't the only trait they shared. They both made a poor show of it, but I could see how deeply they loved one another. Really? I returned to the room where the boys waited, and the first thing I did was pass along the information Mr. Holmes had given me. The topic of spellbound naturally came first, followed by the name on the paper. Watson was the first to read it aloud. Yeah, when they get back from a long day of working at the coal mines, they gotta smoke some crack cocaine.
What the fuck kind of name is that?
Do you want to be Watson and I be Herlock, since Herlock is the root guy this time?
I don't know if I can intellectually lower myself to the level of playing Watson, but I can try.
Okay. I can be Watson then.
No, that's fine. You're trying to spare me. I understand. Honestly, I probably could have just left, but it's fine. I'm here. Regulus acting.
アクトン。いかにも悪党って感じの名前だけど。
Well, his surname does him no favors. Sounds as if he was born to be a villain.
それはどうかし
I don't know if it's right to assume too much with just his name.
ら。でも
Clearly, you never played a
せっ
Phoenix
か
Wright
くホ
game.
ームズさんが伝えてくれた情報なのよ。
I'm the murderer. Oh, I'm sure he's a nice fellow. I imagine any information Mr. Holmes would come across to be quite credible, however, and he spared no effort to pass it along to us. Is Regulus Acton a Sherlock character too?
この人を調べれば、今回の事件の真相に
No.
近づけるかもしれないわ。
He may very well have the lead we need to come that much closer to the truth. Oh man, what a shame. That character has incureitis.
おい、ホームズ。
I hope they find
い
a
い加減、
cure
お
soon.
じさんの情報で捜査しようぜ。
Let's go, Holmes. It's worth seeing if this information opens any leads.
Contrary to his usual engagement, Holmes remained silent throughout the entire discussion. I clenched my fists.
ホームズ、い
Holmes,
つものあなたらしくない
I'm
わ。
very self-conscious over the fact that, you know, Watson was able to beat the shit out of you. Can I beat the shit out of you next? This isn't like you at all, Holmes.
お父様は
Your father brought this to our attention because he believes you can solve the case. Because he
あなた
believes
の
in your
力を信
ability.
じたからここに来てくれたのよ。
Equal rights, equal fights, white woman.
まったく。
Bah. Holmes furrowed his brow. To my relief, it didn't seem to be one of displeasure, but of deep thought, which was pleasantly familiar to me. I imagined he was searching for a way within himself to overcome his hesitations and accept the gift he had been given. Oh no, I accidentally tried to save Elio's stream as a web page and the chat got angry. It took some time, but eventually, we were presented with an opportunity to visit Mr. Acton's mansion. Watson and I went together, as Holmes was still under police watch. He appeared unsettled by the decision to continue on without him, but what other choice did we have? He had picked quite a day to visit. The weather was pleasant to be sure, but his staggeringly massive mansion and garden were active with guests, drink, and laughter. Where's the maids? The chat box?
Well, hey, Emily, as long as we're alone, I mean, I see you kind of close with Watson, or with Holmes.
Are you saying you want me to be closer to you, Watson?
Well, just hold on. Can I try raising you up?
Guys, I assumed you meant that. Uh-oh.
Please.
That reminded me, I should post on the Discord, but earlier before I left, I was drawing like Limbus characters for my daily drawing characters thing. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna draw Yi-song, and then I drew Faust, and then I was like, I want to draw Sinclair too, but I don't have enough room. So like I drew him as like Philip Clare, like reaching out his arm, being like, Fluid Sack, Queen, please, SP, please, Queen.
Yeah, well, unfortunately for him, that team generates absolutely fucking no gloom. If he wants SP, he's gonna have to ask Liu Sang, which, to be fair, he's very good at that. Have Liu Sang patting his head. It's okay, kitten.
This is according to our plans. Holmes's father made certain we were aware of the Rhine and Spirits party that was to be hosted today, as well as that the general public were also extended an invitation. Watson begging for an ounce of coochie. We're gonna ask.
So, it's a smart mansion to go with a smart name, is it?
I wonder when we're gonna have smartphones.
でも今日がパーティーでラッキーだったわね。
Oh, it's beautiful. And we're so blessed that we happened to hold this right when we needed him, aren't we?
そのおかげでこうして中に入れたんだから。
We didn't have to go through any trouble at all to get here. We're out to a lovely start. Indeed, we were blessed, but we now had to find a potential lead to Spellbound. Whether that would prove to be the more difficult part of the plan was to be seen.
見て、あそこの輪の中心にいる人。
Look, see that fellow over there?
彼がこのパーティーの主催のアクトンだな。取り巻き連中が多くて、ムカつに近づけないな。
Oh, fuck, bitch. Stop talking. I'll bet he's the one. He's got loads of bodyguards around him. Getting close could be difficult.
そうね。なんとか彼に近寄って素性を探れないかしら。
So it seems. There has to be some way of going about it, though. With a glass of champagne from a passing servant now in hand, I racked my brain for one potential solution after the next.
Emily is going to get drunk, and we're gonna find her after like a flash forward. Every one of her limbs is gonna be in a bear trap. All four of them. You got 5. Head 2.
And then Watson's gonna be like, wow, this reminds me of that one time as a kid where this girl got her hand stuck in a bear trap. I had a crush on that girl. I wonder who he's talking about. I become quite occupied in thought, so much so that I failed to notice in time a fairly inebriated guest stumbling into a table. The impact had caused the table to sway a significant amount, and a walking stick that had been propped against it fell to the ground. Is this fucking Sherlock pretending to be an old man again? Oh. A neatly dressed elderly woman, presumably its owner, was the one to reach for it.
No, don't let your guard down. This could still be him.
Before she could, however, a young man next to her had picked it up in her place.
おっと、ステッキが落ちましたよ。
Who is that? I don't recognize the voice. I feel bad for Watson if it wasn't so funny. There we are. For you, madam.
まあ、これはご親切にありがとう。
Is that voice again?
Well, you said this is probably Sherlock.
Oh my. Thank you kindly.
It's not even on his own route. Hell, it's on his boyfriend's route too. This is the kind of greed they talk about in the Bible.
あ、いえいえ。礼には及びません。
Please, it's no trouble at all. Hmm? He sounds very familiar. Oh, okay. I guess the guy is Sherlock.
Damn it!
Shortly thereafter, did the man walk direct? Oh, maybe she recognizes the voice because it was the guy she ran into in the fog. That might actually be it. Shortly thereafter, did the man walk directly to where Mr. Acton and his group were?
大丈夫？手にしたシャンパンがこぼれそうだよ。
You alright, Emily? That champagne might spill if you aren't too careful.
Boo, Sherlock should ata. He should. Yes, thank you. I'd become distracted once more, and the second I averted my gaze from our target... Oh no! Mr. Acton's gone!
え、確かにさっきまであそこにいたのに。
Oh! He was right there a moment ago.
Anna, Watson, have you not figured the case out yet? I surveyed the guests to look for the other young man as well, and my instincts had not failed me, for he was also nowhere to be seen.
早く探し出そう。まだこの近くにいるはずだ。
We should find him quickly. He can't have gone far.
Right. I began an immediate and frantic search for the man in question, before coughing up a lung because they're completely made of gunk at this point. We searched around as much as we possibly could, scrutinizing every guest and inspecting every corner. Yet, for all our searching, Mr. Acton seemed to have all but disappeared. How could we have lost him? Just like that.
Yeah, the kids put him in the Springtrap suit.
ごめん。俺がもっとしっかり見ていれば。
I'm so sorry, Emily. If I hadn't been so distracted, this wouldn't have happened.
Please, don't be. I shouldn't have looked away either. But we mustn't give up. The party isn't over, and we might still have a chance to question Mr. Acton.
There's like 3 geniuses in this game. How did we send the 2 stupidest idiots?
I'm curious. What do you intend to ask him? Your breathing sounds like a gooey accordy. My head spun around in a panic. There, standing directly before me, was the kindly young man from earlier. What business do you have with him? Me? Well, the truth is, I'm an admirer of his. That excuse is awful. Absolutely awful. What is that?
Hamster.
Hamster.
The hamster face.
It is.
It's
a good thing you said that to me, Miss Whiteley. Unless they would next escort you off the grounds.
Oh, this is Sherlock.
Yeah, yep, it is.
No, like, I think it's whole, like, young, little man.
Oh, little man. It's a little guy?
I think it's little man.
I guess Watson would sigh at that. Yep, you're right. God help us.
The Miss Whiteley carried a level of derision and disgust that I do not think would have been present if it was big crackhead. We're getting little crackhead.
Yeah. Herlock has a way of saying Miss Whiteley that just you can feel it. Just a little guy. The man led us in a hushed tone out of sight before tussling his hair and removing bits and pieces from his brow and mouth. Wow, no wonder he sounded familiar. Little Man, 2006 film?
Holmes?
Holmes? It was you? I hadn't a clue. I thought you were under police watch.
ホームズも意地が悪いよな。
An awful sport sometimes, Holmes.
Don't watch that movie, it's bad. Okay, I will trust you.
黙っていた君もいい勝負だと思うんだがな、ワトソン君。
Are you in any position to talk when you kept quiet the entire time? Watson, you knew?
俺、前にたまたまさっきの変装姿を見たことが。
Oh well, I've seen him in disguise before.
You might have told me.
しかしホームズ、お前よくあの監視を振り切ってこれたな。
Hadn't a clue. Yeah,
I'm
girl,
impressed
we
you were able
know.
to fool everyone into coming here.
Yeah, girl, we could tell. Hold on. So I don't get why Discord doesn't just drop the image.
I think it's because of the way it handles images now. With the temporary token. I bet if you shaved off everything after the question mark, it would probably embed in fine.
Oh,
I don't know if you
okay.
can do that.
Huh.
Yeah, it doesn't let you do that.
人を煙に巻くのは昔から得意だからな。
Of course, I do find myself rather adept with smoke and mirrors.
待って、じゃあさっきアクトンさんを連れ出したのはホームズだったのね。
Oh, but that means you're the one who led Mr. Acton away earlier.
See, I'm hearing you do Holmes, and I'm sorry, I didn't let you finish. I didn't read the how. I'm hearing you do Holmes. You're just doing Sherlock. Just do that, but deeper. Why is this a problem?
簡単なことさ。
I don't
真
know.
剣な顔で彼にこう言った。
I didn't know any better. I feel
あ
like
なた
this
の
is an
命を狙
excuse
っ
to
てい
hang
る
out
者
with
が
me.
この会場内に潜んでいると。
Maybe? What's it to you, little man?
Little man, I'm not gonna hear that from you. Maybe don't throw Maybe don't throw stones in your glass box. Not a house.
It'll last to call someone a little miss. It was simple. I told him quite urgently, mind you, that there was someone within these grounds who would take his life.
心当たりのあるものなら冗談だとは受け取らないだろ
Not
う。
sure what you expect.
手っ取り早く二人きりになれる。
Anyone who has reason to consider the idea plausible and not some farce wouldn't dare take the statement lightly. Provided ample time to speak with him in private as well.
さすがだけど強引だな。
That's an aggressive approach. Suits you.
狙われる心当たりが大いにあったのか、勝手にいろいろ話してくれた。
Another boon to place in a purported target on his back was that his lips were quite loose.
アクトン氏はかつて関わりのあったモラン
You
大佐に
kissed him,
再び
Holmes?
資金面で協力するよう誘いを受けている。
He confirmed, for one, that a former acquaintance by the name of Colonel Morin had requested financial assistance for Spellbound as he did before.
Wait, you kissed him?
こんな豪華
No, I did more than put a target on his back, I'll tell you that much. And there we have our connection. It's not a surprising one. The man has to have more money than he can spend to hold a party this extravagant.
だが肝心なのはここからだ。
Alright, those lips, I forgot. But the most important detail is yet to come.
アクトン氏の話だと、今日この会場にスペルバウンドの息のかかったものが潜り込んだ可能性がある。
Mr. Acton believes it is very possible someone associated with Spellbound has come here today.
組織に金を出し渋るアクトン氏に少し強引な手で迫ると脅しもかけたらしい。
Sorry, my brain is broken today. It's okay! My brain's broken too. Don't worry about it. He's been reluctant to part with his money for this organization, and they've since responded with more increasingly viable threats and some manner of force to change his mind.
だからアクトンさんはあんなに取り巻きを引き
That
連れ
must
て
be why he has so many bodyguards.
でも
Speaking of changing minds, I'm so pleased you changed yours.
お父様が教
I
えてく
worried
れた
you
手
weren't
がかり
going
は
to investigate the
お
clue
家に
your
なっ
father
てくれた
gave
って
us.
ことよね。
別にあの人に頼
Balderdash.
ったわけじゃない。
I'm not here because of
君
him.
たちが危険な
I'm
こと
here
をしてい
because
な
I
いか
suspected you
気に
two
なった
would
だけだ。
waltz headfirst into danger. You would be correct, probably.
ありがとう。
Hi, you were
信頼
worried?
してくれたのね。
You're so sweet, Holmes.
優しいの
Thank
ね。
you. It's
That
not
pisses
called
me off.
worrying.
Shut up, Emily.
It is not called worrying, Emily. It is knowing that you're gonna get killed.
ああ言えばこういうな君は。
Don't twist my words into some florid fabrication.
まあ落ち着けよホームズ。でアクトンは今
And you don't lose your head, Holmes. By the way, where's Mr. Acton now?
まあ
He's in
屋
bed.
敷の中に隠
I
れ
had
て
him
もらっ
hide
た。
inside the mansion.
だが
I felt that
スペルバウン
whoever
ド
is
関係の
after him
人間は
remains in the garden.
まだこのパーティー会場である庭にいるはずだ。分かってる。
In fact, I'm sure of it.
アクトン
Should
氏
we
と
stay
接触を
alert
図ろ
for
うとする者
signs
を
of
警
anyone
戒すれば
wishing to meet with him?
今の声。
What just happened?
まさか
Curses. The shrill cry coming from up the stairs was enough for each guest at the party to stop their conversation and shift to the murmur.
Yeah, someone might be coming to kill you. You should hide in your room alone. Not in a crowd, away from as many people as possible.
Yeah, that's a great idea. Holmes, meanwhile, ascended the mansion's stairs at breakneck speed.
Holmes?
待てよ、
Breakfast
ホームズ。
speed. Holmes, wait!
Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Twy.
旦那様
Let's go, maid!
そんな
Master, how can this be? The door to the room farthest inside the mansion was thrown open, and before it was a maid, weak at the knees and slumped on the floor. She appeared deeply distraught, her eyes focused forward. Oh, thank you for taking a moment too. I was nearly the same upon entering the room.
アクトンさんしっかりなさって
Mr. Acton, please stay with us. I like to call this track Mystery, but also clown penis music. I like to call this song, please have more than just 10 seconds of the song. Please add more to it. This song is so annoying. The very same woman whose walking stick Holmes had retrieved was shaking Mr. Acton by his shoulders in desperation.
Stop the music, stop the music! One more line and we gotta pay for it.
No, enjoy my mysterious clown. This song is so annoying. How dare you? I'm not talking about that song, Twy. I'm snitching to her. No! His chest was damp with blood. His body did not move.
Yeah, well, how about you crawl back there with this bullet in your leg?
Not far from his body lay his sword dyed scarlet. To be certain, the blood was his.
アクトンさんが
He's been killed!
殺されたなんてアクトン
Oh
さん
shit, she's got this
God, Jesus!
Yeah, that's a bit too highly detailed on that skin. Mr. Acton, open your eyes, please, please.
すみません一体何があったんです
May I ask what happened here?
あなたは
Who are you? Cute maid. It's Sherlock wearing a rubber face.
僕
If
は
I was
エリ
right,
ロック・
that
ホー
would
ムズ
actually, that would be the best thing that
お
happened in this
話をお聞
game.
かせいただけますか
If both these fucking dumb fucks had the same idea.
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and very much like you to tell me what's happened.
And you know what? The maid is also Pendleton.
They're just working together. Like they're both following their children around. Holmes presented his ring. Finally, we got Pendleton in a maid outfit. She seemed aware of its significance. Shaken as she was, the maid resigned any doubts, regained her composure as well as she was able, and did as she was asked.
That ring does not look comfortable to wear.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
How do you wear it? Like, is it upside down with the prongs, like, into the finger, or is you wear it like a crown?
I feel like there's been an illustration somewhere of this game with them wearing the ring, but I'm not sure. I think it's like the prongs are like upwards and outwards from where you're pointing. Like you slide it on from like the butt part first.
So they wear it like a crown
Yeah.
on their finky. I mean, that makes sense. It's just like, I feel like they keep showing us the ring upside down then.
Yeah. Of course. My friend, Mrs. Hartley, and I had only just arrived. We opened the door where we found... I think it would suck either way. Like imagine closing your hand with that ring. Yeah. Ooh. We found him on the floor. We couldn't believe our eyes. Mrs. Hartley had her hand over her mouth to stifle her cries as she turned away from Mr. Octon's lifeless body.
さっきはアクト
This
さん
doesn't
と
feel
普通に
real.
お話しし
I
て
was
いたの
only speaking to him a short while ago. She fell into
Oh,
Holmes's...
Grandma, you should be prepared to die at any time in your advanced stage.
Damn. She fell into Holmes's arms and began to sob. That does sound like something Herlock would say.
If this is big crackhead, this would rule so hard.
Holmes, unsure of how to react, could only watch over her. Heartily, like Noah Heartily from Final Fantasy VIII? The teacher? There was much...
Yeah, no, Kinoa, that's the teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, what's her name? Renoa. Like Heart Lily, I think.
Oh, Renoa. Okay.
And then there's Kino, the big,
Quinoa?
horrible little man. Yeah, you know, the chunky little chef thing?
Quistis?
No, Quistis, yeah. See, I'm thinking of this wretched creature.
Oh, that. That's from 9, right?
That's from 9.
Oh, Renoa is a fucking grain. I was making a joke. Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't get Fate. That's a Fate stinky. Who cares?
Quinoa?
The only good thing about it was Triple Triad.
There's much to be done with this situation, and more was keen to come as curious guests had begun to wander in large numbers outside the room. What a cool thing to do! Who could have done this?
You already know who could have done this.
With a sudden alertness, the maid then lifted her head and announced to our newly gathered audience. I know who did this too! Oh god, is she gonna accuse Herlock?
I mean...
He was the last one to be seen with them.
He told him to go in here.
Yeah! The statement caused a stir. Herlock is going into double jail. Arms weak. Fingers trembling. She timidly moved to point at the culprit, one of us. She made it clear to all who she thought was responsible. It was him! He did this! Oh,
But hold on a sec. He was in disguise. That's bullshit. She doesn't know.
Yeah. How'd you know? Sherlock is a completely different rubber woman. Costume is the culprit. What? Her declaration filled the room. All heads turned in a single motion. The person the maid had pointed out to the world was Holmes. I'm certain of it! When Miss Hartley and I entered, we found Mr. Acton lying on the floor. But before that, I passed that very boy along the stairs.
No, you're being ridiculous. I was in disguise. You couldn't have known. Wait, this doesn't help my case at all.
Harry, please. This isn't the time nor the place. We need to let Mr. Acton rest in peace. It was probably the maid. Perhaps due to shock, the frail madam seemed to have lost the energy to stand and sank to the ground. Are you alright, Mrs. Hartley? I rushed to support her.
確かに僕は先ほどまでこの部屋でアクトン氏と話をしていました。
I was indeed in this room speaking to Mr. Acton until not long ago.
アクトン氏は僕がこの部屋を出てあなたとこちらのハーティリー夫人がこの部屋に来るまでの間に何者かに殺されたのです。
However, that only means the true culprit committed the murder between the time I left and you two entered. That's a lie and you know it! You killed him! You!
But look how bloody he is. What do you mean? I'm clean.
No, he can't have. That's just not possible. Listen, Linux. We've played this game enough. We know how she murdered him. She cooked a meal for him that was poisoned. No, he can't have. It's just not possible. Never trust a woman with her cooking in this game. There's no evidence to back my belief, but I refuse to budge. Someone had murdered Mr. Acton, and there wasn't a chance in this life it would be Holmes. She gave him the one-day blind stew. Elias
Stew that blinds for one day.
It was at that moment when something unusual struck me. Yeah, if I'm in this universe, I ain't accepting food from women, sorry. I'll be a misogynist. I am not getting murdered. Holmes? It could be Papa Crack in a maid costume poisoning him. Yeah, and then accuses his son of murdering. When did one of the buttons from your coat go missing?
No.
What? That's strange. It was still there when I last looked.
How? There is no fucking way Emily processed a detail that minute. Fuck off. What do you mean?
She is using her brain for once. My eyes wandered from the missing button to Holmes's hands, and a sudden lump was caught in my throat upon my next sight. I shuddered to ask my next question. Oh, you're not making things any easier for us, are you, Emily? Now I don't have to pay childcare. I should have thought about this plan ages ago. Holmes, you haven't touched anything in this room since we entered, have you? What are you going on about? Of course I haven't. Emily is stupid, not unobservant. But look at the cuff on your coat. It's got blood all over it. What? The area I was referring to was a part that was quite difficult for its wearer to see. Oh my god, I was joking! I was joking when I said that, game! But I had seen it. A fresh blood stain. Damn, this guy is going to triple jail. Jesus Christ. Okay, but I think we've been playing this game long enough. It's Twile's time. Yeah, this really is the distress of Sherlock Holmes. He went to jail twice. Anyway, thanks for covering Sherlock's job for me, Dwarf.
Yeah, you'll get it eventually.
I miss Mysteria. It's so funny. Yeah, I love the Mysteria streams. It's so fun poking fun at this game. It's great. It's definitely one of my favorite stream series. Alright, I'm gonna go on a BRB. I wanna eat another rice ball, and then we'll play some Trials of Mana. So see you guys in a bit. Alright. I am gonna leave the call now. See you later. He left first. Damn it. He beat me to the punch.
언제든 져도 돼 넌 빛나는 태양도 잠시 식혀 말살 슬픈 눈빛 속에 세상이 다 가진 완벽한 피사체 My savior 가련한 영혼이여 I don't believe you're liar 나의 어둠과 너의 어둠이 겹쳐질 때 그대로 내게 맡겨 Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart 영원히 아름다워 Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart 끝이 없는 the world 낯이 없는 추억 한순간에 무너뜨리 눈이 멀어지고 들리지가 않아 부서진 my world My savior 가련한 여인이여 Make me your God I can give you everything 나의 어둠과 너의 어둠이 겹쳐질 때 그대로 내게 맡겨 Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart 영원히 아름다워 Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart Ruler of my heart, ruler of my heart, ruler of my heart. Ruler of my heart, ruler of my heart, ruler of my heart.
God, I love salmon mayo onigiri so much. Oh, I should have bought more. I should have bought more. Anyway, hi, I'm back. We're gonna be playing some Trials of Mana now. So I'm gonna go offline for a few seconds to separate the VODs. But I will be right back in just a moment. So don't freak out.